I want you to imagine a woman sitting at her kitchen table. Her coffee's gone cold, her chest is tight, and before the day has even really begun, she's already told herself, stay calm, don't react, keep the peace. Her name is Sarah, but she could just as easily be you, or your best friend, or half the women sitting in your church on a Sunday morning. If you're in a marriage where love and pain are all tangled up, where one minute he's affectionate and the next he's distant, sarcastic, or explosive, and you've ever wondered, why can't I just leave? Why do I keep hoping he'll change? Is there any way to heal if I'm not ready or able to go? If you ever wondered those things, then this video is for you. I'm Dr. Don Russell, and at the Russell Healing Institute, we help women through the Detox Your Marriage group of programs. And today we're going to walk through the only proven way to begin healing while you're still in a difficult marriage. No clichés, no dumb advice, just communicate better. And no shaming you for staying. Just a trauma-informed map for what's really going on inside you and what healing can actually look like. And as we go, if something hits home, would you do two things for me? Tap like so that this reaches other women who need it, and drop a comment, maybe, yeah, this is me, or I really needed this today. Also subscribe so that other women can actually get access to this channel. Your comment might be the lifeline another woman reads at 2 a.m. All right, let's begin at Sarah's kitchen table. Sarah's sitting there staring at her coffee. Across the room, her husband is flipping through the news. He hasn't said anything cruel yet. He doesn't have to. She can tell by the angle of his jaw, the way he exhales, that anything could light his fuse today. A look, a question, or absolutely nothing at all. Before she ever sat down, she already made a quiet promise in the bathroom mirror. Stay calm, don't react, keep the peace. For years, she told herself that love meant endurance, that this is what a submissive wife looks like. If she could just be more patient, more agreeable, more spiritually mature, she could somehow coax the man she married back into the person that she thought he was when she said, I do. Her church friends called it grace. Her therapist eventually called it codependence. And both were half right. And maybe you recognize that tension. On one hand, wanting to be a gracious, faithful woman, but on the other hand, feeling like you're slowly disappearing. And that's not godly. Women like Sarah don't stay because they're stupid or weak. They stay because there's something older than logic that's running the show in her heart and mind and soul. That's something, it's in physiological terms, in trauma recovery terms, it's the nervous system. You see, when you live with a man who swings between affection and contempt, your body learns vigilance, hypervigilance, as a way of life. It's a lifestyle. So you're not chasing romance, you're chasing predictability. Your brain quietly decides it's safer to manage the pain I know than to risk the terror of the unknown. So your heart races, not because you're too sensitive, but because your body has learned that love can turn dangerous without any warning at all. So your hypervigilance is not craziness, it's intelligent adaptation. It's your body trying to protect you. This is why all the well-meaning advice, set boundaries. Have you read the Cloud and Townsend book on boundaries? Communicate. Take the Gottman training on improving relationship, or the spiritual version, forgive and move on. All of that can feel so impossible and even shaming, because trauma doesn't hurt your feelings. It erodes your ability to think clearly, decide confidently, and regulate your emotions. Healing doesn't start with bravery. It starts with safety. If this makes sense to you, let me know in the comments. Right, this is exactly how I feel. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. click the subscribe button. That way you won't miss the rest of this series on trauma-informed marriage healing. And at the same time, you'll make this content more available to other women on a similar journey. So you're giving a gift to other women you'll never meet. Here's the thing. Over time, every woman partnered with a narcissistic or deeply self-absorbed man discovers there's a cruel paradox in play. He demands control while constantly accusing her of controlling him. That's what happened to Sarah. When she pulled back to protect her heart, he called her cold. When she spoke up, he said she was dramatic. And when she tried to problem solve, he said she was attacking him. His words changed from week to week, but the core message never changed. This is your fault. And for a conscientious woman, that message lands like a ton of bricks. Because you want to love, you want to be fair. So you introspect, you second guess, you over-own, you take too much responsibility, and you try harder. You double down. Meanwhile, he takes your empathy as permission. To be clear, this kind of control isn't always loud and bossy. It's subtle, what I call psychological oxygen theft. You slowly start breathing his moods, sort of taking on his judgments, his preferences, his perspectives, until your own become a faint, distant memory and second class. But under all that exhaustion, something holy is stirring and simmering. A quiet anger, not the kind that explodes, but the kind that says, something here is not right. This is not right, and this is not all me. And that is the awakening of truth. For Sarah, the turning point didn't come in a big fight. It came in an ordinary Tuesday, when she noticed that her main prayer was no longer, God, heal my marriage, and it became, God, help me not to feel this so much. She wasn't asking for love, she was asking to be numb. And when she heard herself, that realization broke something open. She didn't need to become a saint of self-sacrifice. She needed to become a steward of her own soul. She needed to take ownership of her own emotional, psychological, and spiritual well-being. And so Sarah began to see that faith was never meant to be confused with self-erasure. Divine love does not demand that a woman disappear to preserve a false peace. True peace is not the absence of conflict, it's the presence of clarity. And in that clarity, a new sentence rose up inside Sarah. She realized, you know what, I can start healing even if he never gives me permission. And even as she said it, permission, why was I looking for his permission for my well-being? That's crazy. So if you've ever prayed for numbness instead of wholeness, I really want you to hear this. That's not failure. That's your soul telling you something has to change. That's a warning light on the dashboard of your car telling you something needs attention. Let's pull back the curtain on what's really happening in relationships like this. What keeps you stuck? It's not ignorance, it's conditioning. You've been trained, you've been groomed. You see, when you're criticized, when you're dismissed, when you're randomly rewarded with nice moments, your nervous system learns to attach to chaos. Your nervous system learns that chaos is the norm. And so every small reconciliation, every rare apology, those sweet few moments after the storm hits your brain like a little dopamine spike. And your body reads that as you run the VLT machine. Your mind says, see, oh, look at that. He's changing. Maybe he's changing. And that keeps you stuck in the loop. See, this is trauma bonding in real time. The illusion of love is built on that unpredictability. And so from the outside, people might say, why doesn't she leave? But from the inside, it feels like praying your way through a hurricane with no roadmap. That's why we never tell a woman you have to leave right now or you're doing it wrong. For many women, leaving is not the first step. The first step is seeing the pattern, naming it without shame, observing the pattern, and then gently reclaiming sovereignty. If this conversation opens something up for you, if you feel seen in a way, understood in a way that you haven't felt seen or understood in a long time, your next step is super simple. Join our Detox the Marriage School community. It's free, it's a safe, private, moderated space where you will get expert guidance, be in a community of like-minded and like-hearted women who are wanting to find a way in their marriage. If you're ready to take a step to change, schedule a 15-minute quick start call. This call is not going to fix your relationship in 15 minutes. It's not going to fix him in 15 minutes. It's going to give you a map. It's going to give you clarity and direction on how change can take place. The links for both of those things are down below. We'd love to walk with you for the next part of the journey to create change.